I've never heard a worse case of hiccups in my life.
Neither have I.
As soon as little Ellie was resurrected, it was a hiccup every 50 seconds from you. And you tried to cover it up, and you would giggle a little after them sometimes.
Hi everyone, my name's Tamara Chambers.
Oh, I'm Jake Jarry.
This is Tamara Just Saw. Tonight we saw Pet Sematary. Cheers.
Sometimes dead is better.
I've only read, I think, 3 or 4 of Stephen King's novels. You are...
He's written a few.
More than 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So you're like an expert, though.
I don't know that to claim that is a lot. I am a constant reader. I have read many of the books.
You're a fan.
I'm a big fan.
I am glad to have you here because I know that there are a few changes. I don't know what they were.
Just reread the book, fresh in my mind. The first movie I enjoyed, but like you said, it has a reputation for a bit of cheese factor, a little bit of camp. This has less of that.
Yeah, I gotta say, overall feelings, I felt like there were some things to be improved upon, for sure. I enjoyed it, though. I thought, we're such in the age of beautiful horror. I really enjoy B-grade horror films, but we're such in the time of some really good horror being made. Yeah. Some really beautiful, maybe not even good, but like beautiful horror being made.
Sure.
I think that's really cool.
Both of those things are true.
Yeah.
Beautiful and good. And what we are in the time of is horror making mainstream money.
Yeah, which I am all about.
Yeah.
I love that. So we're gonna go into spoilers for this. There's no twist to the movie, I don't think.
No, not unless you read the book. Then all of a sudden there's a big twist.
Oh, okay, so for me there's no twist.
This movie is very different from the book.
Preface, here's what the movie is, what you saw in the trailer.
Yeah.
It's about this family who moves to this rural town.
In Maine.
John Lithgow shows our main character, I forget his name, but man, do I have a fat crush on him. My God. He is a beautiful man.
You think so?
Oh my God.
Jason Clarke?
Whoa!
Him?
Yes.
What is it? Is it the chin?
I think it's the rugged beard, maybe.
Okay. So you're
God.
like in mourning. Once he's in mourning, you're like, oh, there he is.
Hey, baby. I also don't necessarily think he's fantastic in this role.
No.
I think he was my least favorite character, but he's fine. I
think he did well, but I think the filmmakers who I'm fans of, the guys who directed this, they directed a indie horror movie called Starry Eyes that was on Netflix for a while.
You told me about this.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen it.
That movie, do we swear? We don't swear.
We swear.
That movie's so up. I was like, these guys are gnarly, they're gonna go for it. Yeah. Because Pet Sematary is the darkest of King's books.
Okay.
And not in like what we think of as horror right now, which is like jump scare, jump scare, jump scare, but in like an examination of death and explaining death to children and then losing children. You know, like in the book, spoiler time?
Yeah.
In the book, it's not Ellie who dies, it's Gage. And Gage is a toddler. And he's this little toddler who gets smeared by a truck, you know? And then he was adorable. He was lovely. He never did a thing in his life. Innocent little kid.
Yeah.
It's so emotional in the book.
Yeah.
And they don't shy away from it like they do in the movie. Ellie gets smeared by the truck, right? Don't show me her body because she was spotless. When he's going over her, like if her hair is not a matted, bloody mess, then you are taking me out of it.
It's a semi-truck.
Yeah.
So here's the thing I wanted to say. In high school, I literally got hit by a car.
Oh, Jesus. I'm so sorry.
It's okay. But like, that really took me out of it, seeing her body, because I got hit by like a Prius. It was a mess. So like seeing her, this small like 6-year-old, not ruined
9
by this.
You gotta invert the number. She wasn't 6. You're a little.
Like she's so small,
yeah.
and to see her not ruined by a semi-truck. Right?
Yeah. It was this Orinco truck, and so it has this huge like what would carry fluid, like gasoline or whatever, that pops off the truck and slides over her.
Yeah. No, not believable.
He was coming around the truck and I was like, they can really do this. Like, even if there's just grass dripping blood, don't show me the body.
Don't show me anything.
Later, his wife is holding that doll and it's got blood on its dress. Just show me a doll with blood on its dress.
I love that,
and I'm feeling it.
Yeah,
but he goes over to her and she's spotless.
Yeah.
They had done pretty well through the movie, kind of building who the family was, introducing us to the cemetery and the cemetery beyond the cemetery.
I loved the introduction.
But at that point, they just started dropping beats. I liked a lot of the changes that they made.
Yeah.
They had some very effective sequencing. Zelda is the sister.
Yeah.
She was more effective in the cheesy movie.
Really?
The dumbwaiter thing is invented for this. This is brand new.
So, okay, I was gonna say, I love in, it's Haunting of Hill House in Netflix, the dumbwaiter sequence there.
Which one's that one? Oh, yeah. Oh,
that?
It was good.
It's so good. So
good.
well done. And
Yeah.
I wanted it to be that. And then it wasn't that.
There's a hell of a dumbwaiter sequence in Halloween H2O as well, by the way.
Oh, I've seen that. I love that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
totally. I saw it because you were talking about it so much.
It's my favorite one.
Yeah, I know.
Judd Crandall in the novel is the loveliest man.
Well, you get the feeling that he is. You want to just love him. And I love him. I love John
Lithgow. Yeah. But it felt like they played him more creepy.
Jason Clarke.
I recognized him, but not from Terminator Genesis. I saw that.
Okay.
That movie was bad.
Zero Dark 30.
Saw
Dawn
that.
of the Planet.
Oh, that's what I recognize his face from. Though, is Zero Dark 30.
Mudbound.
Cemetery. I saw that one.
Oh, sick. Winchester. Ah, damn.
Was that good?
No. I think he's a very attractive man. I also think he's really good. I think the whole cast is really good. I really don't like talking poorly about actors in films.
I'm getting that vibe on you.
You know?
I'm feeling like you're being a little generous here.
I did not enjoy him in this. I think there was so much potential there, and I think it was so surface level. I think he had so much room to feel such depth and be written to have so much depth, and clearly he was in the book, and in this, I just do not feel like he was.
Well, here's part of the problem, too, is that once they got into, like, the book really explores the direct aftermath to tragedy.
Yeah.
You know? And that is part of what horror is great about, is like you feel like you're getting inoculated against something that's going to happen. Okay. It's like a vaccine for life, right?
Yeah.
Like you get a shot of horror and you're like, I'm a little better prepared for when something horrible happens to me.
Yeah.
And Pet Sematary, the book, was that, all about loss and grief. But in the movie, it's like she's dead on the side of the road. Oh, her coffin's being lowered on the ground. Move. And that's part of the 2-hour format.
So I'm talking all this crap, but like during the movie, the whole time I was whispering to myself. I'm sure you heard it because you were sitting right there. Like, no. I didn't not enjoy this. Like we just were talking about Winchester. This was not a Winchester situation. I did enjoy this movie. When you see something as well done as this, like I think it was really pretty to watch. I think the cast was awesome. I think it was done well. It has obviously really good source material. I think you just see something like that and you're like, oh, I want to talk about what can be improved upon.
Yeah, there are missed opportunities here.
Yeah.
And you just feel them kind of passing you by. I should be feeling more right now.
Yeah.
And it has mostly to do with the emotional moments.
Yeah.
Like the grief.
That's totally what it is.
Also, in this movie, which is really interesting, is that Ellie comes back, she actually talks to her dad. Like, it was weird. Like, the effect they had with her one eye kind of drooped off and everything. I love that, because it's the same as
Church.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
I like that.
So, but then, the conversations that they had creeped me out. And the fact that he was dealing with the fact that he wanted her back so badly, but this thing didn't feel quite like his daughter.
Yeah, he felt so blasé about it, though.
I didn't think so. I thought he was trying to cover it up.
So, I don't know. His whole character just seemed so, I don't know, the only time I'm upset is when that one guy died that kept coming back for some reason.
Yeah, he was kind of a harbinger. That was his role.
Why was that one character coming back so much?
That was in the book, too. I mean, that was he's the harbinger of death. He's he's the one at the gate being like, I see what's going to happen, don't come through here.
Let me help, yeah.
The image that keeps coming back to Lewis, too, and I'm I know I just said I'm not a book versus a movie guy, but this is a thing that happens.
Well, it's important.
After Gage was hit by the truck, he keeps talking about the baseball cap full of blood, and how half of Gage's head is gone, and all this stuff. So when you show me that she's unfazed by being run over by a truck, that's my problem. Yeah. Focus on some of this stuff that really hurts, because that's what this story is about.
A baseball cap full of blood is something that horror fans would gravitate towards.
Yeah.
I feel
and she wasn't wearing a baseball cap, but something to that end.
Yeah, like it could have been a really impactful moment, and it just kind of felt like, oh man, that's such a bummer.
I do like that. I do like that Church drew her out though.
Yeah, no, I do
like
too.
That was a moment because
really
Gage
cool.
just originally ran to the highway because he was a little kid not paying attention.
I identified with that. If I saw my lost cat in the street, like, goodbye forever. I'm
Right,
running towards that cat.
It's another element of that cemetery, like exerting its will.
Yeah.
You know, like the cat will bring the child will bring the mother will bring the husband.
Yeah. I think this was an effective movie if it hadn't have been such an effective book.
Maybe because it would have been designed as its own thing. Like after the death, I feel like they were hitting beats too fast, and they were beats that were in the book. So if they weren't beholden to those beats, they might have been able to. And they changed a lot, like I said.
Right.
But like they happened too fast then.
Yeah. Stephen King even has gone on record saying that he thinks that the changes made were important and made sense for this adaptation.
Absolutely.
He was okay with them.
And it's still a downer ending, man.
Oh,
this movie does not end happy.
No, we're not in like a Disney princess world.
No.
But if you're gonna go to that sad of a place, we're gonna end it there. We might as well just end it like at the bottom of the barrel. I wanted to hold Ike up and say sometimes dead is better.
You should.
And he's gonna be like, sometimes fed is better.
You are long. Look at that long cat.
In like movies in general, I would give this a 6 out of 10.
Cool.
But in horror films, I would give this an 8 out of 10.
Really?
Yeah.
Your disparity between the horror genre and everything else is that much.
I wish either it was more explored in the family story or it was scarier in like a, I don't know, maybe more jump scares or like,
See,
I want something else.
That's the thing though too, like a lot of Stephen King adaptations, like people go to them and they're like, it's not scary because what our culture has decided or our current moment has decided is that jump scares are what's scary.
That's fair.
He's a novelist. There are no jump scares in novels.
For sure.
His stories are about things that sit in the back of your brain and make you feel uncomfortable.
Well, and stay with you in the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like people, like real people you love, people who mean well, going through this shit.
Okay, that's fair.
That's Stephen King.
Sure.
And so when you
From the master of horror, Stephen King.
you know, like when you go into that like with a modern jump scare expectation and you get a meditation on grief, like boo. Oh shit, man.
Yeah.
Like he's got to lay next to the corpse of his daughter while she like is creepy at him.
What a bummer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you so much for joining me.
My pleasure.
All right, we'll see you for the next Stephen King movie.
Ooh, yes please.
Thank you for watching. See you next week for Shazam, probably. Bye!